Complete sliding glass door on my side. That should be unlocked. I'm not gonna let you in.
Alright, so perfect. This is the Florida Sound. This is our first episode of the new year. Happy 2019, everyone. This episode is brought to you today by FSU Sports fan page, all things FSU athletics. We're going to dive in. Today's your hosts, Terrell, Danny, and Antonio. We're missing our other co-host, Seb. He's a little busy right now. School just started for everyone. Shout out to everyone in school listening to the podcast, getting your shit done. Kudos to you. I haven't spoke to you guys in a minute. Danny, Antonio, what's up with you guys?
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, Danny.
New Year, bro.
T. Happy New Year, everybody listening. Probably 5 people right now, probably.
So we took a break from our last show because not much happened during the holidays. Wasn't a bunch of new music. Some new music that came out. Future dropped a little single. It was aight.
Top of the charts though right now, though.
This single's top of the charts, for real?
Yeah, it's top of the hip hop charts.
That single.
I didn't like it.
Bro, shut up. It's top of the hot tracks right when I open up Apple Music.
There was 2 other people who dropped something. Oh, Chris Brown. Chris Brown proved again that he can drop anything and sound good.
I heard that Chris Brown.
Yeah, that shit went far. What beat was that from? I recognized that beat somewhere.
It sounded familiar. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very familiar.
But what Chris Brown song are you guys talking about? Chris Brown dropped a song?
Yeah, I can't get the name because I just listened to it when it had came out. But the beat was familiar, almost seemed video gamey, but he made it work.
Yeah, it was good. I like the new Chris Brown.
Now, I might sus for this, but I kind of fuck with that song from Ariana Grande. What's it called?
I don't even know because I haven't even heard it. That's how I know you sus for that.
Thank you, next. Y'all know. Yeah, you know. Don't act like Antonio over here. Antonio over here trying to act like he don't know. Yeah.
I don't know off that top of my head.
Can the nigga have that in his playlist?
It's not bad.
And not be sus.
With it. I don't have a problem.
You're gonna be sus. You're having your playlist by all means, but you're gonna be sus.
So if I'm walking around singing "Thank You" next, I'm sus for it.
I mean, my old roommate used to do that. Like, Chris was doing that last semester. So, like, yo, you do you.
But you still gonna be sus if you do you.
Nah, I feel like Antonio's a hater. We got a hater over here.
I ain't a hater.
I feel like we should be able to listen to some Ariana Grande and not be sus for it.
So if we in the whip, we all going somewhere. You playing Ariana Grande?
Thank you. Next.
You whack. You whack.
No.
You trash.
Alright, we didn't get to cover that Kodak album because it was over the holidays. That Kodak album was really good. It was really put together. Coming from him just coming out of jail and having that put together, having the features he had on it, having the message. Kodak seems to have a message now. It actually seems like there's content. What do you guys think about the album?
It was a good
first
Kodak
listen. Has grown.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's continuing to grow and showing his now lyrical ability.
I mean, Kodak always had that lyrical ability, but it was like gibberish, mumblish. Now, like, you can see, like, oh, he's speaking, he's saying stuff. This is his message.
I feel you on that. I just think that after all that time in jail, of course that would happen. You feel me? Like, what he's been through, a lot of legal processes, a lot of stuff like that. Like, that's going to happen. That happens to a lot of people. It matures them.
Well, what do you think about how he came out and there was? I know we're late on this, but you know this is just our little friendly podcast. But what did you think of the whole dry snitching thing, where Kodak was? I guess he was finally realizing, or it came into light, that a lot of the stuff that people say on interviews are used against them in court, and the interviewees know that these things happen, so they shouldn't ask questions that could be incriminating, but they do just for views and ratings. What do you guys think about that?
Kodak was smart. He didn't want to put himself in a bad position. He's walked away from it. And that's what all artists should do instead of just telling their business.
Yeah.
Do you think he's right for calling it out?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he's right for calling that out.
Yeah, because
he wasn't the only one that called it out.
Yeah, something should be private. That's not something that he wants to speak about. So he obviously has the right to do that.
But like you said, the people interviewing him don't care about that. They're just trying to get the most amount of...
They're trying to get some clout. Yeah, get some clout
exactly. Yeah, for sure. Ebro did that. That's basically what he did. He was doing it for clout in my eyes. That's how I viewed it. Because he's talking about now that with this whole R. Kelly stuff, that he doesn't care, that he says he could separate R. Kelly's music. But he's contradicting himself because he said he felt like he had to ask that personal question to Kodak. So it's weird. It's weird that, people just do stuff for clout.
But everyone can get okay, I can, or like you said, Ebro said he can. We can separate ourselves. We can separate the artists from the music. That's their personal life, and this is the music they create. But in an interview where government officials could be listening to, police could be listening to, they're not going to separate that. They're going to take that all into one.
Hip-hop police are always listening.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you brought up R. Kelly.
Facts.
That man is canceled.
No, this is the thing. Canceled, I feel like
what?
He's not canceled. That's the thing. He's not canceled,
bro. What are you
He's not canceled.
Y'all fuck with R. Kelly? Y'all tripping?
Get him out of here.
I'm gonna explain to you exactly why he's not canceled. So, the black community, we've known that R. Kelly has been this way for years. We just don't talk about it because the more you talk about it, the more you bring to light R. Kelly. Now, for some reason, he got brought to light, and then the show came out. All the women decided to come out. Kudos to the women. I'm glad they came out. I'm glad they showed their story. But at the same time, them coming out and showing their story, yes, they put some dirt on R. Kelly's name. But this isn't something that we don't know. I wasn't surprised at anything I heard from this fucking show.
I'm confused.
We already knew this.
He's been canceled. No, I knew y'all knew this.
Disgusting. R. Kelly's been canceled, man.
I thought no one fucked with him. Like, you ain't see what Vince Staples said? Vince Staples said shit on him, too. And Vince Staples respects legends. And if he's talking shit about him, I thought everyone was
fucking fuck R. Kelly. This man is peeing on underage girls, bro.
He's been
doing as well. Get him out of here. A whole bunch of people.
See, this is why I think
Jada Pinkett Smith, everyone already knew. But it was just, now it was brought to the public light. But I think the reason why it shouldn't have been brought to the public light, because Jada Pinkett Smith, she was saying, oh, I don't know how these streams are going up. That's the point. He wasn't talked about publicly by our community because we already know. We already was canceled. But now that you're re-bringing him up, everyone who hasn't heard an R. Kelly song, everyone who's not familiar with R. Kelly, they're going to go ahead and they're going to give him a listen. And that's just media, because bad publicity is still publicity, and he's still going to get paid in today's world that's based off of streams. He's still going to get paid for people clicking his
But his streams are going up because no one streamed him in the first place. He's been canceled, right? No one was out here to R. Kelly.
Exactly.
R. Kelly song forever.
Yeah, but after they're done listening for this next week and realizing who he is, he's canceled. He's gone.
But that's the thing. We made him relevant again.
Yeah, we did, obviously, with this whole thing.
Yeah.
But
he's still been relevant. He still has.
Yeah, R. Kelly still sells out shows.
You see, Light says, y'all know who Daylight is. Y'all seen his interview talking about the basketball shit with R. Kelly. R. Kelly not relevant.
That was hilarious.
That shit was hysterical. That's not relevancy. If you do that, you're not relevant. What you doing on that basketball court with a guy with a backpack on, letting him shoot threes? They tripping.
Man's whole entire basketball team did not shoot a shot. R. Kelly was the only person shooting in the gym. Didn't make nothing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Daylight for that interview. Daylight was great interview, dog. Shout out to him.
So I'm glad the women got their story out, but I feel like they could have got it out in a
but I just think most of them already got it out before.
Facts, because these stories aren't new.
Yeah, these stories aren't really new. Like, I get them. Like, I was confused.
Yeah, but it's put together so everybody can see the disgusting shit.
Right, and these women aren't, they're not still, you see, what people didn't understand is these women aren't still with R. Kelly. They have nothing to do with him anymore. They're now just telling their stories. I think it could have been for one or two reasons. They never got to tell their story publicly, and now they feel like they have to. Or it's acting, and they're doing it to, get some money out of what already happened. Because these aren't new stories. I've heard of these people before. Some of them are new, because shit is hush. I mean, he signed NDAs.
Yeah, not everyone came out about it already. But... yeah, R. Kelly did cancel me, so none of this really mattered to me. Like, it's just, okay.
Alright, we also didn't get to cover this because of the holidays. Let's just leave R. Kelly alone. I don't want to say too much stuff that could be like, he's siding with R. Kelly. Tory versus Joyner and Royce. We didn't get to talk about it because of the holidays, but I think that was the biggest news headline of the holidays because there was actually nothing going on during the holidays. So Tory versus Joyner, who do you think won that lyrically?
Lyrically? I mean,
I like Tory's songs more, yeah.
Yeah, Tory definitely won lyrically. But I don't think...
Yeah.
I think Joyner...
I could definitely agree that Tory was...
But I could definitely see from a different side that Joyner won.
No, but I think Joyner won just because, like, now his name is getting public, dog. It don't matter that he lost. Right. Like, it really is. That motherfucker got songs on his new album with supposedly J. Cole. He got a song Chris Brown. He got all this stuff coming out with, like, big artists now. Like, his label's doing work. That was good. That beef was good for him. It don't matter he lost. More people started listening to him.
Same thing with like Meek and Drake. He took an L, but now people are fucking with you.
Yeah, now Meek is the people's champ. Like,
yeah,
and this
people like an underdog. But to see the thing with this is why I feel like his L sizzles, especially in the like people who are very deep in the rap community, is because Tory's a singer.
I mean, but I seen Tory spit freestyles on Funk Flex. I get you a singer, but you're not really just a singer. That's like saying Drake is a singer. Like, Drake can rap too. Like, I see you do it.
That's also like when you dedicate your whole entire career to rap, people expect, when it comes to them bars, there should be no person he dips his toe into this, he dips his toe into that. Tory should not be able to be...
He likes to dip his toe.
Yeah, Tory should not be able to be a pure lyricist, but he did. That's why I feel like the L holds like that sizzle to it.
I mean, no hate to Joyner, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think his lyricism is as top notch as everyone says it is. I think he raps fast a lot, and he's good at rapping fast.
Yeah.
And he's good at saying a lot of words. But he hasn't ever said some shit that made me go, wow, that was fucking fire. Like, nah. Like, I've heard him, I'm like, yeah, he could rap. But
that's that same Eminem flow. It's fast rapping.
Yeah, but Eminem could say stuff that made you go, damn, or wow. Even though I'm not that big of an Eminem fan, but I respect the legend. I respect the legend because that motherfucker is amazing at what he does. And he could say some shit that you pause and you go, damn, that was a fucking bar. I haven't heard that from Joyner.
Now, Royce is Joyner's man, so I already knew he was going to say Joyner won. Do you feel Tory was right? Like, we're from today's world. Royce is from a different world where, like, shit like, y'all niggas suck my dick, I won. Where they could take suck my dick as, like, oh, now we have to pull up on you. Like, now it's a problem. Do you feel like him saying suck my dick, nigga, I won? Do you feel like that's a big thing?
I just think Royce is from the hood, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is to me. Royce is just, he's about it. Like, that's where he's from. He doesn't like anyone talking down on him or whoever he fucks with. So I don't think he crossed the line. It is different times, but it's also just really where he's from.
But I mean, we could say a lot of people are from places where you would say "suck my dick." Like, yeah, I feel like it's. I feel like it's a different generation type thing. I don't think it's just like your hood.
But since he's from there, on that different generation, like truly from there, he'll pull up. Yeah. Like, I believe what Royce the 5'9". He'll pull up because he.
But do you think it's like it's a little over escalated? Like he was just saying "suck my dick." Yeah.
Him and Royce squashed it too on Twitter.
Yeah, they did.
But that's just what Royce is. That's where he's from, mentally.
Now, another thing we had to touch. Offset. Offset and Cardi. Do you think that they should get back together?
Aren't they back together?
Yeah. Someone just threw some shit at my window.
There you go. You talking about Royce. Royce about to pull up.
Yeah, facts. I don't even want to check my do not disturb on.
You said they're back together? I didn't see that. How are they back together?
I saw on IG they were like jet skiing in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
living their best life.
In Puerto Rico.
That's family shit. Are they back together? Like,
bruh,
you think?
Come on now. You want jet ski in Puerto Rico? Like they were on the same jet ski. They weren't jet skiing. They were on the same jet ski, like holding on to his waist. Like, come on now.
I'm glad they're back together.
Crazy.
I don't think anybody should be separated from their kid.
This cool. I don't really have an opinion.
Kings don't cheat.
What do you mean you don't have an opinion on it? It's your kid. You don't think you should be with your kid?
Not about the kid thing. But I do think that it's better for the kid to be with parents that are together. But if they need to be divorced, if they really don't love each other, I'm pretty sure they could be. There's parents that are good enough to make that work. It takes a toll on kids, but there's parents that are good enough to make it work as long as you truly love your child. So I just think that it's their personal life, so it doesn't really matter to me if they're together or divorced. I just hope the kid is fine.
And then this brings in the topic cheating. Now, when we talk about cheating is like niggas understand. So when we're looking at the media and you look, all the guys are like taken back. All the girls are like, nah, blah, 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 cheated this, cheated that, squash him, you queen.
You queen.
Do you think do you think honestly that he deserved that chance? Mind you, he had already been caught more than once before.
I think it's Cardi's decision.
It is Cardi's decision.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge her for her decision. So I don't know if he deserves it in Cardi's mom. That's pretty much it to me.
That's pretty much fair. Stay out of people's personal affairs.
Yeah,
but it's hard to stay out of people's personal. Yeah, it's hard to stay out of people's personal.
When it's all over IG though.
When it's all over the media, you can't stay out of. You can't have no private life if your shit's all over the media.
You really don't know everything there. Like it's not like you know everything is going on, so it's cool. Just to
but people are.
Yeah.
People can have their own opinions, especially if it's public.
Yeah, of course.
All right, now that we got all that holiday stuff out the way, I want to talk about our new artists coming up this year, growth-wise, and people that we already heard from that we're expecting. I think growth-wise, A-Boogie, I think he's about to have a lot of features this year. He just dropped his album. I don't think he's going to drop another album this year, but I think a lot of people are now going to start picking up on him. When we talk about A-Boogie, we also have to talk about... since we were talking about Cardi B, now we have A-Boogie up. Let's just talk about New York all in once and save the upcoming artists for a little bit later. So, A-Boogie, he just dropped his album. Did you guys listen to it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it was a great album, especially for A-Boogie standards. You could see the growth. You could hear it, like, musically. It was well put together. It didn't sound like a Blueface track where you could just hear like, oh, these niggas recorded it off their phone.
Blueface for no reason. No.
We not gonna do that. Y'all not gonna get me to like Blueface. His best song is trash. Tatiana, that's garbage. That was pure garbage. Just listening to the music, like you ever bump Tatiana in your car, you could hear the like static in the background from a bad recording device. That song is trash. His lyrics was poop too.
We are not about to say that his best song is Tatiana, but Tatiana Fire.
That's the best. No, when I say best, I don't mean the best song that like you, me, or Antonio or Seb like. I mean like the number one rated song, the one that has the most listens to, the one that has the most downloads is Tatiana.
Yeah, but that's because Bleed It isn't up for download, but Bleed It is what blew him up.
Facts. Bleed It is his best song, and I think that's the only song that I would listen to from him.
Nah, Tatiana's Fire, you tripping too on that, but Bleed It is...
Nah, you see? Now you caping for Tatiana. Nah, Tatiana's
Tatiana. I'm caping for Blueface. I fuck with Blueface. I'm not allowed
anyone listening, go ahead and give Tatiana a listen. Listen just about 2 minutes. Just give it 2 minutes.
He's really about his set, and I like that. Like, look him up. Look up where he's from. Blueface really about it. I fuck with people who are really about it.
I believe he's really about it.
But that song still lasts.
But yeah, I believe he's about it. That song still lasts. I agree with Antonio. That shit
I'm
trash.
telling you, listen, at least yo.
And I've listened to every Blueface song.
All you want.
Bleed It, I give him props for Bleed It. If he starts doing work like Bleed It, I believe he become a good
It will
artist.
be more like Bleed It because it's gonna be more high quality. Yeah, he was recording in the hood. Now he's recording in the studios. Cash Money West signed him.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. I could hear the production value, and every song other than Bleed It was straight like, ugh, what is this? Even lyrically, you could see that, damn, nobody was telling him, like, yo, this don't sound right. He had someone behind him.
Nah, why does it not sound right, though? My thing about it is, yo, E40 is a legend. My brother would say this. My brother said this. E40 is a legend, right? And he raps like that. He just rapping like a smoother style voice. But he got a raspier style voice with a weird flow. What's wrong with that?
I would say the flow is off, especially like when you're rapping and you're trying to be in tune with the flow. Like even people who don't rap in sync with the flow, they still have a flow. When he does it, it's like it's weird because his rap style flow has no type of like sync, and then the music itself has no sync with him, so it just throws it off.
Who's better, him
like
or
it's weird.
Him or G Herbo?
G Herbo?
Hell no, you tripping.
Whoa!
G Herbo can't stay on a beat, for real. Like, he's actually not on beat. Not like he has his own rapping style. Because Blueface, to me, has his own style. G Herbo just can't be on beat. He tries to rap on beat, but he doesn't.
You see, I listened to a couple of G Herbo songs, and I didn't like it. So I immediately just stopped listening to G Herbo songs. I can go ahead and if you guys have recommended songs from G Herbo that are fire, then I'll go ahead and give those listens.
Yeah,
but
I'll listen to that. Tell me the best.
I'll say Bleed It is better than any G Herbo song I've heard.
Right now, give me a second.
Yeah, I need to hear. I need to list the best ones.
Yeah, I would say Bleed It is better than any G Herbo song that I've heard. So I'll leave that at that. Yeah.
And wait, Cuz got bars. I'm not gonna lie to you. I listen to him. He be saying some stuff. I'm like, that's a bar, low key. Like, we give Cameron props. We gotta give Blueface props. He did the same.
Y'all give Cameron props.
Oh, Cameron. We don't Cameron. Oh, hold up. Hold up. We hating on Cameron? Who's hating on?
We're not hating on Cameron. Remember, this podcast is supposed to be like from that like new Jay-Z era and then just up, because I don't want to talk about like stuff from the old, because then it's just that's too much to talk about, because they're legends at that time for a reason.
Hey, but Cameron was there with Jay-Z. That's Jay-Z up.
You're right.
Cameron's edge. Everyone I know knows about the pink fursuit.
I know about the pink fursuit.
Everybody knows about that.
Everyone knows about that. Cameron a legend. As long as
Cameron a character. I'm gonna say that.
He plays
a legendary character.
But I don't think he's faking anything. I think
I don't think he's faking anything.
He's just like that. Yeah. And that's why Cam's a legend, because Cam is Cam. He's not trying to be anybody but himself.
All right, so back to this New York thing. Okay, so now that 6ix9ine is doing whatever he's doing, like they got him locked up, they got him under wraps, they investigating him. He's not in New York holding it up no more. His last album was fire. I liked it, and I don't like 6ix9ine. And I feel like his singles that were released, they were kind of weird and they were kind of awkward. But then when you see them album-wise and you see how it was put together, they make a lot of sense now. Because I was thrown off about this whole, like, 4-letter word and shit. This Fifi, this Kiki, this Bebe, like, I didn't like none of that shit. But then when you see it, like, album-wise, you're like, oh, this is what he was doing. It's put together now. Oh, the features match. Oh, the sound matches. Okay. So I really like this album. But do you think he can still keep up his name as the person heading New York while he's in jail? And if not, who's in New York now leading the way?
He was never heading in New York, in my opinion. He was the biggest, like, at the time, most popular, I guess, like, just blowing up. But he was never the best rapper in New York. Not even close. Like, I'm talking new school. I think Joey Badass is the king of New York.
I feel like Joey Badass doesn't get enough attention though to be king of New York. Like
I don't
New York,
think
you have to
that's what I'm saying.
be that king.
The thing is, you
rule.
gotta think about how New York thinks about it. Like, you really do. Like, you gotta think about who's the king of New York. Who's always been the king of New York, right? Like, the one who represents them the most. Really, if you think about it. Because Biggie represented them, Jay-Z represented them, 50 Cent represented them. I don't think 6ix9ine represents New York. I think he's a lot of stuff. But Joey Badass is definitely the king on the streets in New York. Like, he's from Brooklyn. Like, he's truly from, like, you can't say anything. Hear people argue
all the names you named, though, Biggie, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, they did stuff in New York, but they were also recognized outside of New York. I don't think Joey gets that rep.
Yeah.
I don't think Joey has that clout. I don't think Joey has that clout of...
I don't see Joey on my...
No. Of course he has clout.
Joey makes great music.
Yeah, of course he has the clout. He makes a great music, like Antonio said. But I don't think he gets that rep, like, as big as... I don't think Joey Badass has ever got that rep that 6ix9ine got in just that small amount of time that 6ix9ine was popular.
He's never get rep, or was he just popular? Because to me, that's not a rep. New
York fucked with him, bro. He went out to like a little street party, and that shit instantly blew up. And he was in the crowd with New York gangs, New York, like, just regular people, the music people in New York, the club owners. They was all fucking with him.
That's just clout digging right there. I don't really.
But then, if Joey Badass does that, he doesn't do that on the same level.
Because most people, all right, you gotta really think. This is what I'm telling you. You gotta think.
But that's what makes you the king. When you got everyone, you got everyone in New York. You got the music. You got the outside.
That makes you the clown if you really think about it. It's not that I don't like 6ix9ine, because I actually kind of like 6ix9ine. I think he's funny. I do like him, but that's just the jest right there. If you think about it, he's popular. He's a funny guy. He makes funny videos on Instagram, and he gets views, and people laugh at him and think he's funny. And some people actually like his songs. But I'm telling you,
when we say king isn't there. There is no king in New York other than Jay-Z right now. Let's take that king. That's facts. Let's take that king. When I mean king, I mean new. Let's take out king.
We can say the most popular rapper.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean new age rapper leading the way for New York. I feel that was 6ix9ine, and can he do it now in prison? And if not, who would do it? And you said Joey.
See, that's the thing. Okay, my thing with leading the wave, I don't think he was leading the wave because I didn't hear anybody else that sounded like him from New York. I'm friends with one guy who rapped from New York. Like, I know what these people like. I know what it sounds like. And if you hear the other smaller New York artists or like mid-sized,
they don't sound like him.
They don't sound like 6ix9ine at all.
But that's what made them pop.
Cardi, more New Yorkers sound like Cardi than they do 6ix9ine. if you really think about it, like Cardi sound like she from New York on every track. Like you hear that. Like you hear that straight up Bronx. That Bronx, Puerto Rican, Dominican girl. You hear it on her. Like, so I wouldn't be mad at Cardi, but 6ix9ine wasn't leading the way, I think. Because I think a lot of motherfuckers in New York rap how Joey raps. Like,
does Cardi still live in New York?
She probably live everywhere. She probably got a house in LA.
Yeah, she probably got a house in Cali. Probably got a house in Atlanta. Yeah.
Living your best life.
Cardi live everywhere. You know?
But is Cardi still rapping New York?
No,
I think so.
Okay. All right. So then I would have to say, all right, so Cardi is the person leading the charge. I do want to recognize Bobby, because even though Bobby is not relevant, Bobby made a sound. If you listen to Young and May's music, it sounds just like Bobby. There's a whole bunch of Bobby sounds.
Yeah,
I
You have
forget
to wait
now.
till Bobby gets
Yeah.
back out and see what happens.
Exactly, but there's a whole bunch of sounds, music that just sound like Bobby, all coming from New York. They all got that Bobby vibe. You can hit the Smurda dance to 50% of New York music.
I think Bobby actually was a big influence on New York. I really do. Like, for the short time. And I don't know if it was influence or he was just the biggest one with that style. With like, a new bubbling style. You feel me? But, yeah, we can't wait till Bobby gets out, because I fuck with Bobby.
You saw what, 2020?
Yeah, 2020, next year.
Hopefully he don't go back in.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now, you think Bobby's going to come out of jail like how Kodak came out of jail with ideas and music and inspiration ready to
Oh,
go?
most definitely.
I hope he come out of jail the way Lil Wayne came out of jail. Because then Lil Wayne come out of jail and give us, Carter Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he come out like that.
But Bobby's not
Obviously,
dropping no
not
Carter
as
Ford.
proven as Wayne was, but I want that fire coming from Bobby.
I think he'll definitely have a wave though when he gets out.
Oh, for sure. Bobby.
Okay, so we're gonna give New York to Cardi right now. Although it's Jay-Z's, but we're gonna give New York
It's
to
Jay-Z,
New Age music.
Supreme.
Yeah, we're gonna New Age
To
music
lead
to
the
Cardi
charge.
in New York. Yeah, to lead the charge. There we go.
Yeah.
Cardi's a general. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah. Cardi's a general. Cardi's a lead general.
What do you guys think about our upcoming artists or artist growth for this year? Who do you think is going to be making a name for themselves? I was saying I think A Boogie was going to come out with a whole bunch of features.
Yeah, you were saying A Boogie. I don't know. A Boogie, I think he has a distinct sound, you feel me? And I don't see it growing super huge. I do see it getting big, but I think he'll grow. I think he'll definitely get bigger. But for me, I love AID right now. I love Jit. And they had an announcement.
Jazzy sounds like Kendrick.
But you gotta listen to him more because
I have.
It's nasally. You hear a nasally voice and you automatically think Kendrick. You listen to him and he sounds like Jit. Like, he sounds like himself. Like, that, I truly believe that. And they got all of Greenville is dropping their album, their collab album, their third installment or fourth installment, I think. So I'll be ready for that for everyone because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a great compilation album.
I bet I had to blow my nose. I'm a little sick. So, all right. So JID, how about you?
JID for sure.
Antonio, you here, man?
Antonio.
I'm so sorry, my mic has been on mute this whole time I've been talking. How long have I been out for?
Just for about a minute. Danny was saying JID. I was saying A Boogie is going to come out with, a bunch of new features from the relevant artists. Who do you think is going to be popping this year?
Popping, he's not a new relevant artist.
It doesn't have to be new.
I think J. Cole's gonna
You think J.
blow
Cole's
up this year? Yeah, I think he's gonna blow up this year and get more recognition. Especially now that he's doing more features and he's recognizing that he can't just do it on his own. That he needs to broaden his fan base.
He was doing it. I'm glad you brought up J. Cole because he was doing it on his own for a while, and he was always regarded as top 3. of
He
this
said it, and I don't know
generation.
what song, but he's like doing it on my own and cutting it. And so now he's hopping on every feature and killing it.
It was a 21 Savage album.
21
That's another
Savage,
album we
yeah.
have. That's another album we have to speak on. But yeah, he brought that up. He brought that up in the J. Cole. He brought that up in the 21. The first song is called "A Lot" from the 21 Savage album.
Yeah. I am what I was.
But he's got to his platform just by himself, and I think that needs recognition. But in order to go to another level, like I feel J. Cole has the potential to be on the Kendrick and Drake level, but he's not on it media-wise because he's mainly worked with himself.
But if
I think talent-wise,
But he always been on that wise.
yeah,
He's always
talent-wise,
compared those two.
he's always compared to them, and he's only worked with himself, and it's those three. They always get compared, and J. Cole's only been working with himself. I feel like if he
That's
branches
what
out,
killed him.
yeah, I feel like it's not killing him. If anything,
Not
it's
killing him,
helping
but,
his cause.
but he could have been on their level
Right.
of popularity.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
look at it like this. I'm telling y'all have to read the fucking end of the year money lists more. Because if you look at it, J. Cole is always up there too.
Yeah.
There's similar amounts to Drake and similar amounts to Kendrick. He's not making a little bit of money. Recently, he was one of the highest paid rap. He was the highest paid rapper of the year recently. In a recent year. Like Cole was.
But he's smart. Yeah, he works on himself.
Like media attention. He just likes making music. That's really the thing about him.
But now I feel like if he takes that step, he's gonna have an awesome year. And I feel like there could be a project coming from him that's not just him.
He hasn't announced. Yeah. Well, he has the Revenge of the Dreamers announced, plus the he announced his mixtape, The Fall Off, which seems like it's going to be the last installment to the warm up stuff like that. It seems like The Fall Off would be like a good last mixtape installment for that.
Because J. Cole's never put out a bad album. His worst album was the Folding Clothes album, and I listened to it 3 times because it's a great story. So even his worst album is a great album.
I think his worst album is K.O.D. In my opinion.
You know, now that you say it, I didn't like K.O.D. that much.
It's not that I don't like it. I like K.O.D. I just because stop calling it the Folding Clothes album, please. It's called For Your Eyes Only.
You call For Your Eyes Only the Folding Clothes album?
Yeah, it's called For Your Eyes Only.
He had this whole song on it, just about folding clothes.
He says you say this all the time. He has one song called Folding Clothes. They call it Folding Clothes album. No, it's called For Your Eyes Only. We go put respect on his name. And I do
For Your Eyes Only, the song off that album is fire.
We go give him his props. Only rapper to have a whole entire song just about folding clothes, and this shit did go hard.
It was about doing the little things for his spouse.
Yeah.
And for his family. It was a literally.
You a big hater, too.
That's a beautiful song.
Whoa, when am I big hater? I have. You want to know the reason why I call it the Folding Clothes album? It's because the only song that I have on my playlist from that album is the song about folding clothes. So when I think about the album, I automatically think about the one song I have downloaded.
You don't have Neighbors?
How do you only have folding
Everyone
clothes
knows Neighbors is a bump.
It's because that album wasn't like my playlist is more like for bump. And
Neighbors
that album wasn't, that album didn't have bumps. That album was strictly like.
Nah, Immortal was a bump. Immortal, he was rapping. He was snapping on Immortal. People forget that.
But I was listening to the lyrics on Immortal. See, that's what separates like us from most people who listen to music, like average listeners, is that I'm listening to lyrics. And once I start hearing a story and your story means shit,
but Immortal,
and I feel like
Immortal was a story, but he was rapping.
Yeah, For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. That's like a beautiful.
That's a great story.
That's a good story. Cole is.
And I don't want to turn your story into like a car bump. So
I think he has a couple of songs out there that low key I think could ride on the playlist. I low key think they do, but overall I think the album doesn't have a lot of them. But it's a good album. I think he proved he's a great storyteller with that album. Really do.
That actually bumped that album more than KOD, to be honest.
Yeah, me too, actually. I agree with that. I played that more than I played KOD.
I think the main thing from KOD that I didn't like was, I think I hyped it up in my head, which I always do for like my favorite artists. I always hype up their album a lot more than I should. And then when I listen to it, I get like, damn, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. And then shortly after he released KOD, he released that single, Album of the Year. I didn't like
a single part.
Yeah, I liked the single, but when I related it to the album, I didn't like the fact that it said Album of the Year when I didn't feel like his album was the Album of the Year.
He feels like it though, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, he should. He definitely should. You should. If you're making music, you should feel like your shit is the best.
I think it was a good album. I just don't think it was. I don't hate on it. Like, I don't not like it. I just don't think it was. I do think
he just put out such great albums. It's hard to put it up.
So I just think that exactly. So I just think it was a good album. So I think he's proud of it, and he's allowed to be proud of it.
I also think, since we're talking about people who are going to come out this year, Big Sean's going to have a great year. You guys really hate, especially you and Sebastian, Danny, you guys really hate on Sean. But Sean's have yet to put out a horrible album. You go through Sean's whole entire album list, and not one of them is bad. He doesn't have a bad album. And I feel like he's been out of the scene so much, especially last year. He was kind of out of the scene. I feel like he's going to come back and he's going to have a good album.
All right. My only thing with Big Sean is people hype Big Sean as if he's one of, like, he's top 10, you feel me? Like, in the game right now. Like, people put him like, oh, he's with Drake.
How is he not top 10?
Coles and Kendricks. And let me explain
Name your top 10.
Let me explain to you why. He has not put out an album nearly as good as what you think is the worst Kendrick album. I'm not even going to say what you think, because I think all of Kendrick albums are great, like excellent. I don't think Kendrick's albums, one of them is below an A, like for great.
I think the worst Kendrick album was his whole entire Entitled piece, and that wasn't even an album.
That wasn't an album. That was a project.
That was just a scrap song.
Yeah, that was just his project, and I feel like when I think of Kendrick,
let me bless y'all with my scraps.
Yeah, when I think of Kendrick, I think of him as projects. So I think that Untitled thing was his worst project, but that wasn't even bad.
And even if you think about it, it wasn't bad because
that wasn't bad at all.
You could bump. You like, damn, it's fire. Yeah. Kendrick, great. Anything. So he doesn't have one album close to any of Kendrick's. And if you compare what you think would be his best album to Drake's best album, I'm telling you, Drake's best album is much better. Whether it's something worth saying to you, or Take Care. It's much better than any of Sean's albums. And I think Drake's been more consistent just being like, in the headlines too. So if you look at it like media-wise, he's bigger. So I don't think he makes good music. He doesn't get as much media attention. And the same thing with Cole. If you compare his albums to Cole's albums, I think Cole's albums are better.
But so then you just compared Sean. You compared Sean to the top 3 artists of 2006 to now, so I don't think Sean. I don't think Sean is gonna. Sean's not gonna shine compared to them. Yeah, Sean's not gonna shine compared to them. But compared to artists that are around now, like A Boogie, 6ix9ine, Wale, just name regular people. He's definitely above them.
Sean, but look, all those people you named are young U artists. Sean been here since 2010. Sean been here 8 years and been here famous for 8 years. Sean been rapping longer than 8 years. You feel me?
And delivered good projects. He's not a best rapper. He's not everyone's I'm not coasting for him to be the best rapper, but a good artist. Yeah, and I feel like he's gonna have a good project this year.
I think Sean has a couple. I forgot what it was called. There was one album. I'll give it to him. I really
Dark Side Paradise.
I think it was Dark Side Paradise, but I'm not 100% sure. It might not be Dark Side Paradise. Let me see. Fuck.
That was great.
No, I Decided. I'm not going to lie to you. I loved I Decided. I thought it was great. I'm not even
I Decided was great. I like Dark Sky Paradise.
I
forget names.
More than I like Dark Sky Paradise. Hall of Fame, Finally Famous.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, those are like Hall of Fame is a classic. Dark Sky Paradise was like a high school bump. I Decided was him growing up.
Wait, we are not throwing. Okay, I don't know what a classic album is to you. It's not Hall of Fame.
That's a classic. That's a classic for fucking Sean. That's his classic.
Okay,
Hall of Fame was his classic.
Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you there. I get you there. But I think
Hall of Fame is like, yo, have you heard of Big Sean? No? Go listen to Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree. That's like the first thing you put him on. But I think I Decided is my favorite. I think it's his best. Because I think he was mature and he was trying new stuff and I liked it. I think what he was trying was better because, as I said, my judgment of him, I think he sounds corny on a lot of stuff. I don't think he sounded corny at all anywhere on I Decided. Now that I'm looking at the track list, I think all of the songs are pretty good. So, like, I'll give him that.
And lyrically, he's not bad either. Have you heard his freestyles?
No, he's not a bad lyricist. It's just the way he enunciates words and sometimes his word choice is corny.
But it's too proper for you? He needs to slur his words and sound like a hoodlum?
It's like, because he doesn't, it's not that he sounds proper, he sounds corny.
Nah, I guess some of his bars are a little corny.
Yeah, and that's okay.
You're not gonna lie there.
Corny bars, like.
Yeah. Drake has corny bars. Kendrick has corny bars. Cole has corny bars.
If we talk about Drake, Drake is a corny person. Tell me y'all saw the video of him and J. Cole in the fucking, in the Maybach? In the Ghost, Casper. That's the ugliest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, Drake corny. Drake cornball. But Big Sean, it's okay. He's not bad. I always hate on him just to mess with you. I don't think he's anywhere near the top though. I think he's decent. Like, he's good.
You don't think he's top 10 of at least like this generation's music?
No.
I think so. I think he's easily. So who would you put in the top 10? It's obviously Drake Cole and Kendrick.
I'll build it right now for you. J. Cole, Kendrick. I'll give it to Drake too, just because Drake's relevance and what he's been. Even though I think he's making my top 10 just for about like his first 4 big pieces of work. I think were
easily.
I just think these last 2 years have sucked. That's what I'll give. I even like before that he was good. Just these last 2 years he hasn't been good. Last 2 to 3 years. But yeah, so those are sure. I'll give that top 3. You can say it to anybody. If I'm looking at it, and this is not based off commercial success. It's based off of who I think has been the best. I'd put Earl Sweatshirt there. Because I think he built a fan base that's loyal to him, super loyal to him, doesn't care when he puts out they care when he puts out the music, like, if it's taking forever, but we'll listen to it no matter when he puts it out, and I think he's bars. I'm not even a big fan of him, but I think he's there. I think if you look at it,
top 10, man only has 3 albums?
Yeah, you can't put him there.
No, yes I can. Of the last 10 years, think about it. If he starts coming out in 2012, right? And
I see what you mean. All right. Yeah. I see what you mean. Earl. All right, put Earl there.
Doris was a slap.
Earl's
all right. Album. I feel you. Put Earl. Go ahead.
Put Earl. If you look at it, and I'm gonna put some guys that are like surprising. Doesn't matter what Kanye West is doing now. Let's take into account the last 10 years. He's had My Beautiful.
Yeah, you have to put Kanye. That's why I was surprised when you said Earl instead of Kanye.
No, because I think Earl does belong.
Yeah, I don't think Earl
in any order.
I don't think put Earl in my top 10.
It's not in order. But Kanye's there. Watch Throne, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
All right, so that's 5.
Yeah, Kanye is definitely there. Right.
That's 5.
And low key relevancy based off who sells records to, who's popular, and who's still rapping the best, I think Jay-Z is there also. That's why I think Jay-Z's a GOAT. In my opinion,
Jay-Z does still make music for this generation.
He's been around for so long. He makes music. We get excited over his guest verse. He's talking about the first of the year. That's crazy. So Jay-Z has to be there. I'm looking for more. There's some people that I want to put newer people on there, but I just think even you look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne.
Wayne is still in this generation, so that's 7.
Yeah, Wayne is still rapping. Wayne is still popular, and Wayne had a comeback year. And look how Wayne, 10 years, 2011, he drops the Carter 4.
Yeah,
that's all I heard for a good.
That's 7. The only person that I'm disagreeing with you right now is Earl. So, but you have 7. Yeah,
so, because next to me, and I'm telling you, I'm not. This is not just me like my favorite of the last 10 years. I think is the best for real. My next one, and I'm not a huge Tyler fan, but my next one's Tyler. Because if I look at Tyler,
but better than Big Sean, then now I have to agree. So Tyler, you're at 8.
Yes, Tyler for sure. I don't even feel like I'm tripping on Tyler. I think Tyler's been here. Tyler's been doing this. Tyler came out a long time ago and is really relevant, more relevant right now than Big Sean. I think. I see.
All right, you're at 8.
Right?
Yeah.
So what? I'm looking through my list right now. I'm sorry. I have a lot of fucking people to look at. Oh, shit. See, this, I don't even think it's biased because I do think he's better. And I'm not saying bigger, but he has, I think, as much success as Big Sean has as Schoolboy. I'd put Schoolboy there. I think Schoolboy's been huge. Schoolboy sells like 400,000 albums first week. Schoolboy, everyone, he has bangers. Like, he's on the radio. And he's been here since... He's been here for a while. Shout out to TDE. Schoolboy's number 9 on the list. For sure. And my last
okay,
one,
I mean, I like Blankface OP. I like Oxymoron. All right.
Yeah, Schoolboy's definitely there. And then, as my last one, I want to pick some. I don't want to put him there. I do think, and you know what's crazy? I have a lot of people I could put there. In my opinion, even over, I feel like I could put even Future over fucking Big Sean, but I won't. I won't put Future over Big Sean.
Remember, we're talking lyrically.
We're talking lyrically.
So when you put,
I thought we were talking about people we enjoy and people that are just doing everything great, like better. But here, lyrically.
Okay, we could. Yeah, all right, but I mean,
I'll find someone lyrically that I think is better. Because if we're talking lyrically, I have way more people that aren't big that are just lyrically better, in my opinion.
But when I do say lyrically, I mean like you can have the best bars in the world, but how you finish it and how it sounds when you're done needs to be good as well. That's why we're okay with Future. Like Future's fine. Yeah, I actually prefer Future being in that. I actually prefer Future being in that list than Earl and
because
Earl and Tyler.
I'm not taking out Tyler there, but like if you want to take out Earl, I think you could put Meek Mill and Future in.
Yeah, so I would take out Earl. I'd take out Earl with Meek. I'd take out Tyler with Rick Ross. And
I put Ross there too. You're right. Ross belongs there too. See, there's a lot of people that you could put in instead of Big Sean, in my opinion.
Then Big Sean, you're right. No, I just wanted to hear it out loud. And so you're on 9 with Future, and then I would say the 10th would have to be. No. I took out. Well, I'm saying from my.
Too. You took out Tyler too.
Yeah, that's your list. So Meek goes for your 10, and then to take out Tyler and Earl, I put Meek in. Then I put Gucci and Rick Ross.
Oh, Gucci for sure. Yeah, Gucci and Ross. Yeah. You see, I agree. I just think it's an interchangeable list, right? I agree with yours as well.
Right.
Even though it's not the same as mine. I just think that Big Sean doesn't have to be in there.
Okay, so he's definitely not.
If he is, I just don't think he has to be. Like, I don't.
All right, that's fair. No, that's perfectly fair.
I'll give him top 20.
Yeah, I'll give him top 20 because now I'm looking at it. My next of this generation, my next ones go to Thugger.
Oh, for sure. I was about to say Thug. Yeah.
Thugger, Kodak, 21, Sean.
Yeah,
they're definitely the head of the new school.
Yeah,
2 Chainz.
Those are the leaders of the new school for sure.
Migos.
To accommodate more for what you guys said earlier, I'm taking out J. Cole and I'm putting in Dave East. He's still also not really much of a...
You can't take out J. Cole. You can't take out J. Cole.
Yeah, because you said a little bit of up and coming. J. Cole's already been like at the top.
Yeah,
I can't really say J. Cole's gonna have a fire year.
Oh, no. He's not talking. Oh, He's not talking about top 10.
Okay.
He's going back to when we said who's going to be.
I had to pause that.
He's
I
going.
had to pause that real
Yeah,
quick.
he's going back to when we said who you think is going to be like popping
last
this year.
decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about last decade.
Yeah.
Like this.
All right, so
yeah.
Yeah, I can respect that. I can agree with you and say Big Sean's not top 10. I just wanted to hear your why.
Yeah, hearing about Big Sean ain't in my top 10 anymore.
But I'm not mad if he's in someone's. I would never put him in mine.
He's definitely my top 15. Like, he can't get past 15.
Yeah.
He's not.
He could potentially reach top 15.
I can squeeze him in there.
But yeah, but still, shout out to Sean. It's okay. I'll hate on him a little bit for being corny. But Sean, do your thing. Get your money, son.
Now, that 21 Savage album, bro, whenever I bring 21 Savage up to, like, people, they're always like, 21 Savage, mama, 21 Savage. That last album was amazing.
Fire.
Yeah, that 21 Savage album was fire.
Last album was a bump and a half. They tripping.
Yeah, I think we all agree there. That was a great album.
I think my favorite song out of it, it's hard to pick a favorite song, but I like Monster and I like A Lot very much.
Yeah, I think those are my top two as well.
Yeah.
But every song is good in my opinion.
Every song is
great.
great.
Bad song.
Gunsmoke, 1.5, Ball Without You, Can't Leave Without It. Even the one he went and he put Travis in the album. Did you guys hear that one? Because he updated it. He made a deluxe version.
Yeah,
and Travis is in it.
Oh, the one with Travis is great.
Yeah,
I love that one. Yeah. No, I think.
Bro, don't come out the house part 2. Asmir or ASMR. That song's fire.
Yeah, the ASMR song. Yeah, bro.
You can see the growth in him too, from his first one where.
It's what I wanted in the 21 Savage album.
Yeah, I think it was the perfect album he could have put out.
I think his first one was Slaughter King from SoundCloud.
Yeah, Slaughter King. Then he had Slaughterhouse and.
Yeah.
Then people started getting on him when he made the feature with Drake. People were like, "Oh, who's this?" Yeah.
Oh, because he was on More Life, so that helped. Well, not More Life. He was on the single for More Life that wasn't on it. Which one? What was that? 2 Birds? That one?
Oh yeah. That one that Drake he dropped when he dropped 2 songs. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 songs. Was More Life.
I was just going back to what is this shit called? It came around the same time when X came out.
Sneaking.
X bitch with Feature. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sneaking and No Heart. Yeah, that whole Savage Mode thing. Yeah, that's when people started hearing about him. But going back from his mixtapes on SoundCloud to this last album, the growth is amazing.
No, I agree 100%. Shout out to 21. 21 really. I think that was a great album. I just can't say anything else about it. That's all it was to me. It's a really good album.
I think that was the album that proved the haters wrong.
Yeah, it was.
It was. He signed to Atlanta, right?
To Atlantic? I think he signed to Atlanta. Let's see who he signed to.
Yeah, he's an Atlanta rapper, right?
Oh, he's Atlanta.
He's an Atlanta rapper, yeah. But isn't he signed to himself? I thought he wasn't signed.
No. I'm just talking about where what type of music he brings. It's Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Atlanta's doing a whole bunch of shit, bro.
Atlanta's leading the new wave of rap. Migos, 21 Savage, Thugger, Future.
Oh, he's not epic.
The list goes on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Atlanta definitely is where the leaders of the new schools are from now. You look at it, Lil Baby, Gunna had a great year. Atlanta rappers. Even some lyrical people are coming out of Atlanta. Atlanta's definitely blowing up on the biggest city right now. The biggest city for the past 5 years even. In rap, I think, is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's been in the game though.
Oh, been in the game.
They've been in the game, but I think they're now taking over New York for that top spot.
T.I.,
T.I., bro. Even 2 Chainz been in the game for a while. 2 Chainz is Atlanta. You have a lot of people.
Yeah, 2 Chainz.
Trinidad James.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Atlanta.
Who do you think's leading the? So you guys think Atlanta's leading the wave? I think the big four we got is Cali, Atlanta, Chicago, and New York. You think? Oh, and sorry, in Miami. That Florida sound.
Miami's like, yeah, for sure. The thing is with down here, with Miami, is we're like leaders on a lot of the really, really young kids like SoundCloud stuff, right? They're not close to as big as Atlanta, but they're definitely like the new thing bubbling up for sure. Like you see it, and we've already pretty big people from down here. Ski is pretty big. X, our rest in peace, was pretty big. You know, so we've had big people. Lil Pump is big, and he's from down here. So, and of course,
oh, that was the song. That was one of the new songs. Lil Pump came out with a new song. I gave it a listen. It was mid. It was alright.
With the one with that had the
butterfly doors
thing.
Yeah, butterfly doors.
Yeah, the one that had. I thought it. I'm not gonna lie. When the clip came out, before I heard that Ching Chong part, I fucked with it. It was fire. It still is kind of fire. He took
it is still kind of fire.
His beats just slap.
Yeah, that beat was hard.
Yeah.
Every beat he goes on goes hard.
Yeah, that beat was hard. I do agree. But I've never actually liked anything from him. That was the first thing I actually liked. Where I was like, okay, I like this. I like this song.
You didn't fuck with Gucci Gang when it was popular?
Hell no. What? No. No, dog. I really didn't. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was creative. Motherfucker said the same thing on track 100 times.
I feel like the media threw us Gucci Gang and just made it like...
Oh, yeah, bro.
Media force fed us Gucci Gang?
Yeah, the media shoved Gucci Gang down our throats. But what about Let's Get It? Come on. That was pretty good. I liked it.
Nah.
You ain't fuck with Let's Get It?
The dubstep beat that he put in? That crazy
Okay, let me see if I can play just a little bit of it. That one? Can you guys hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I bumped to it like that, but it was everywhere. I couldn't not hear it.
The beat was exactly what you said. Like his beats are
slap.
fire. Yeah.
That wasn't even the beat I was thinking about. He had like a trap, like crazy dubstep mixed with trap beat. Trying to think.
Going back to Big Sean before we go too far away, do you think that Sean is being held because of Kanye, or do you think Sean is on his own and he's just, he's responsible? And at the end of the day, he's responsible for his own music. But do you think his growth or the potential that his music could be is held back because his mentor isn't giving him the attention that he deserves?
No. I think it's on him. I really think it's
on him. I think he already got that attention. He don't need that attention anymore. He's grown. He's grown to the artist that he's become, and he's gotten the attention that he's needed.
Yeah, Kanye.
But it's just a little bit past his time now.
Yeah, it's not Kanye's fault. You don't remember when Cruel Summer came out? Everyone was trying to don't like the song. Yo, Cruel Summer was hard.
Yeah.
Big Sean was on a lot of those songs. Like, we love those songs. Like, that's my favorite Big Sean content is what he did on Cruel Summer. So, and I Decided. So, like, I think Kanye helped him enough, more than enough. He should be his own artist now. He doesn't need to rely on Kanye anymore. He shouldn't rely on Kanye anymore. I mean, I get he's part of good music, but it's not really up to Kanye. I just think he still gets his release dates. He still releases a lot of music. It's on Kanye.
Okay, so we talked about our upcoming artists. Now, what about your albums that are coming out? What do you guys think is going to be one of the best albums? And I'll go ahead and I'll drop the first one that I think is about to come out. I think there's going to be a Nicki and Wayne album coming out.
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing rumors, and I see it because I'm just looking at the. I think they have like, do they have one or two singles? It's either one or two. It's definitely one, but they have a single with just Nicki and Wayne since he came out of jail, and that shit slapped. And I like them. I like Wayne Nicki. Wayne anything is beautiful. I like Wayne Drake. I like Wayne Nicki. I like Wayne Tiger. That shit is exactly where it's supposed to be. But I think there's gonna be a Nicki and Wayne album coming out. I want a Nicki, Drake, and Wayne album, or just a Drake and Wayne album, but I don't think that's gonna come.
I don't want any of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Weezy and Drake album was The fire.
Weezy and Drake album is a slap. What do you mean?
Not now. I don't want it now.
You don't want it now?
No. Hell no. Drake's been out.
Yeah, I wanted that 5 years ago, man.
Yeah, I wanted that a long time ago.
It's too little too late.
If you say the Kendrick Cole album, I'll take it now. I'll take it whenever they want.
I'll take that album whenever. I'll take that album when they're 70. And still dropping bars.
I'll take that album whenever they want to give it.
When they got that grandfather knowledge, what? I'll for sure take that album.
Yeah, facts. Take it when they old. I'll take it whenever. The Drake and Wayne, hell no, I don't want that now. It's past its time.
But why not? Because Wayne brought
it's just not gonna happen. If they were to do it, that album would have happened already. If they were gonna do it.
You know, I don't think so because Drake still had ties. Drake and Wayne still had ties with Young Money, and they weren't gonna put out their best for Birdman. It was never gonna happen. That's why Wayne did what he did for so long and he fell off because he was not gonna put out his best for Birdman. I feel like now that they're both free and hopefully they're on good terms, I feel like it could happen. And I'm rooting for it because that's something I always wanted.
I hope it comes out.
I don't know. I mean, if it comes out, I'll listen to it. That's the most I'll say.
All right, you guys. Is there anything else we didn't touch up with before we wrap up the show?
Nah, I think we touched up on everything.
I think we put it all up.
All right, guys. You want to give our listeners a thank you for listening, keeping with us. This is only our second episode. Like I said, first episode of the year. We're trying to do things right out here. If you guys have any questions or concerns or advice, you guys need help with anything, any connections, give us a shout out to our email or our IG or Twitter. All our links are online on our social media. You can just look up the Florida Sound and get in touch with any of us. That's it, guys. That's it. Have a great one. We'll be here next week.